You came to me in that hour of need, when I was so lost, so lonely. You came to me, took my breath away, showed me the right way.
Good evening, Mysore DC and my dear friends. I'm Mohammed Suhail and I welcome all of you to this 4th Iftaar Party at Mysore DC to celebrate the spirit of Ramzan. It feels so nice to have all of you here. I'm sure you must be eager to know more about this occasion and also to break the fast as one family. But you shall have to wait for some more time. Please do not start eating what's on the plates in front of you. We shall do so at exactly 6:43 p.m. To begin the proceedings for the day, I kindly request our DC head, Mr. Nagarajan Srinivasan, popularly known as Nags, to share his thoughts about this event and to kickstart this event. Dear Nags, may we have you on stage, please?
Good evening, folks. It's, as usual, a pleasure to be here, invited for this ceremony, breaking the fast. And I was coming over here to the function, and I managed to notice that this is one function for which we don't have to really remind people to be on time. Most of the tables already filled up, most of the people already here, and obviously you can guess what really drives it. It's, like I said, an absolute pleasure to be here, probably for the 4th consecutive time, to celebrate the spirit of Ramzan and to be with all of you in breaking the fast. I think it's the last 29 or 30 days have been quite grueling on most of you observing this. But I think it has taught a lot of patience, perhaps spirituality, endurance, and probably a lot of humility as well. When one fasts for about 29 to 30 days, and some of you not even drinking water, I think the kind of endurance, the kind of patience that you have to go through is immense, and I'm sure it holds everyone in good stead in facing the realities of life. I'm really delighted, by the string of these events happening in the DC. And I think I should credit all the organizers of the Ramzan party very largely for creating this culture, because when I look back, 3 to 4 years back, probably this was one of the very first events that was organized, a group of like-minded individuals with their own money. And that kind of laid the foundation for a string of events of a similar nature that started happening in the DC later on. When you take a look at the Purnanam celebrations that are going to happen probably on Thursday, when you take a look at the Yugadi celebrations that happened in the past, when you take a look at the Rajyotsava function that typically happens in October-November time frame, all of these functions and events have the common model. A group of like-minded individuals gather, they drive all the funds that need to be collected, they organize the whole show, and they get the folks in the DC to be together and partake in the celebrations for that particular event. And which is remarkable, because this is, except for giving you permissions to actually have this event, there is hardly any DC support out here except for the presence from folks, some of the senior folks like us. It's entirely organized, run, managed, and the funds for which is collected by the people who are organizing this, which is remarkable. And I would like to see more and more of these events happen, to look at celebrating the diversity that India is. And these kind of events are precisely what tells us what India is all about. Enjoying in the other person's celebration, partaking in the other person's celebration. And this is precisely what teaches us all to be good neighbors and good friends with each other. So I'll thank you once again for inviting me to be here, and it's an absolute pleasure for me to be here in partaking these celebrations along with you. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, Snacks, for your encouraging speech. A couple of weeks before, I was having a discussion with one of my friends who was not aware what Ramzan is. We still have around 10 minutes to go, so let me make use of that discussion to give you some details so that you will understand more about Muslim culture. The first question he asked me, Suhail, what does Ramzan mean? I replied, Ramzan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, which is followed by Muslims. It's also the month in which the first verses of our holy book, the Quran, was revealed to our Prophet. It's when Muslims all over the world spend 30 days observing fast and bettering themselves in principles of faith. And he said, observing fast? Is that something to do with running? I said, no. Observing fast is when a person keeps away from eating, drinking, and other activities. It's compulsory on every adult, healthy and sane Muslim to fast through the complete month of Ramzan. Children, old-aged, the mentally retarded, and people not keeping well are exempted from fasting. He was shocked. He said, what? You don't eat or drink anything? Don't you get hungry? I would. And I said, yes, that's the idea. We fast for 30 consecutive days during the month of Ramzan. He was shocked again. He said, 30 days? No one can go 30 days without food and drink. Or can they? I said, no. That's right, which is why Muslims only fast during the daylight hours. Once the fast for each day ends in the evening, they are allowed to eat again. He asked me a very interesting question. Then what's the point of fasting? To which I replied, the reason Muslim fast is to discipline their body and mind. Not having the luxuries of life makes it easier to reflect on life and be grateful for whatever we have. It helps us realize the worries of the poor and the needy who are deprived of food and other necessities of life. Many Muslims use Ramzan to make resolutions similar to New Year resolutions. It is a time when they decide how they want to live their life for the next year and try their very best to adhere to the new commitments. It is also a month in which Muslims prefer to spend a lot in charity, to observe special prayers at night called as Taraweeh, to invite friends and relatives for Iftar as it's considered a highly virtuous deed. That is why all of us are here today. Then he asked me, what is Iftar? I replied, Iftar refers to the fast-breaking meals taken after the sunset. Today, Iftar time is at 6:43 p.m. I shall announce as we progress so that we shall break the fast as a family together. You can see the plates in front of you. It's a good practice to break the fast by eating dates or some other sweet thing first. If dates are not available, which is not the case today, water is the closest alternative. Please note that Iftar is not a full-fledged dinner. It is just a light meal to break the fast, followed by the evening prayer. He was enlightened and he asked me one final question. Suhail, thanks a lot. Are Ramadan and Eid the same? I replied, no, it is not. Eid is a day after the month of Ramzan in which Muslims celebrate as a festival, and this festival is called Eid al-Fitr, which is the festival after fasting. Here in Mysore, Eid may fall on either the 31st of August or the 1st of September. Remember, friends, to greet your Muslim friends with the greeting Eid Mubarak, which means have a blessed Eid. Dear my Phoshians, I hope I have cleared most of your doubts regarding Ramzan and Eid. With that, I now invite our DC location head, Mr. Arun Nair, to address us on his views regarding this event. Please welcome Arun Nair.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all my friends here. I've always been fascinated by the fast that Muslims have or keep for Ramzan. The human body is a very funny thing designed by the Almighty. The more you push it to the limits of endurance, the stronger it becomes. So fasting is an excellent way of actually becoming stronger. Our country today is on the brink of a major revolution. Revolution in terms of churning of the entire system. Revolution in terms of breaking into the circle of the developed nations. Revolution in terms of, a majority of the youngsters having a major say in the day-to-day running of this country. And all this can be possible only if we have really, really strong people strong in mind, people strong in body. Swami Vivekananda had once said, give me 100 strong people in mind and body, and I can change the world. Just imagine if people in India, can attain that kind of strength in mind and body, we can really shake the world. Well, I won't take much more of your time. It's really very good to be here associated with all the festivals that are organized in this DC. And as part of the HR team, I'm really, really very, very happy to be involved in all these activities. Wish you all the best. Heartfelt greetings of Eid in advance, Eid Mubarak in advance to all of you. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Arun, for your wonderful words. Because we still have around 7 to 8 minutes for Iftar to start off, we have a special event for you. They say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. We bring you a collection of pictures from around the world taken in this holy month of Ramzan.
Showed me the light. Now all I want is to be with you. You are my one true love. Taught me to never judge. Now all I want is to be with you. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mustafa ala Habibika Nabika Mustafa. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mustafa ala Habibika Nabika Mustafa. You came to me in the time of despair. I called on you, you were there with love. What would my life be? Not know the unseen, the worlds between. For you I'd sacrifice, for you I'd give my life, anything, just to be with you. I feel so lost at times by all the hurt and lies. Now all I want is to be with you. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mustafa ala Habibika Nabika Mustafa. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mustafa ala Habibika Nabika Mustafa. Showed me right from wrong, taught me to be strong. need you more than ever.